to Capital Tonight. This week is National and Texas Apprenticeship Week. It's meant to highlight how apprenticeships prepare workers for the jobs in demand today and in the future. The Texas Workforce Commission's Apprenticeship Texas program encourages local employers and industry partners to develop new apprenticeship training programs and expand on current ones. Right now, there are nearly 450 registered apprenticeship programs across Texas. And joining us now to discuss this further is Julian Alvarez. He's the commissioner representing labor for the Texas Workforce Commission. Thanks so much for being on the program.
Thank you, Ms. Kling, for inviting me to be here today.
Yeah, good to see you. First off, just how does this apprenticeship program work?
So as you know, we're celebrating or acknowledging Apprenticeship Texas this week. And it's basically an earn while you learn. And it's certainly an opportunity for young individuals or people of all ages to participate, and we're working closely with employers. So we're pretty much listening to what employers, their type of demands are, or what type of customized training they're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, I asked you before we got started if this was basically like a paid internship, but it's more like a paid starting out job, right?
That's correct. And so many of our apprentices do get paid from the time that they get in and accepted into the program. From day one, they're paid. And again, as I referenced earlier, they also receive benefits with the employers.
What kind of skills are apprentices learning? What kind of jobs are we talking about here?
Well, we've listened to employers, and they're telling us that soft skills are certainly important. So being on time, taking direction, being able to follow a task, minimal supervision. These are all types of skills that employers are looking at.
And then the jobs that they're actually being apprentices for, what are we talking just in terms of construction and different areas like that?
So that's a great question. So I like using the word careers. Yeah. And so many of these individuals that are actually in these programs are not only in the traditional trade, construction, plumbing, electrical, but we now have expanded, not just in Texas, but around the country, in cyber, coding, healthcare. And so the word apprenticeship is somewhat the buzzword now. And so we're excited.
You mentioned people of all ages. Is it, is it a lot of people coming out of high school that are in high school that are doing these and trying to get trained for future careers?
So we have a combination of both. So we have some individuals that took pre-apprenticeship programs in school that understand how the apprenticeship model works. As I mentioned to you earlier, it's more of an option that these individuals have. But yesterday we were in the Houston area where many of those that were in the program were a little older, and we see that the average age of many students that are going to college is between 27 and 28 years old. That simply applies to apprenticeship as well.
What about the salary? I mean, if you're going through such an apprenticeship program, then how can this help people then earn a bigger salary once they're full-time, or I guess they're kind of already full-time, but just an employee as opposed to an apprentice?
And so the apprentice make pretty good, they make very good salaries. They make anywhere between 15 plus more an hour, again, as I referenced, with benefits. And as the years go by, most of them are 4 to 5 year apprenticeship programs, they receive increments of pay raises as well.
You note that part of this is trying to get to more underserved populations. How are you guys going about doing that?
So yesterday, for example, we were at Adaptive Constructive Solutions, where they actually got a cohort of young individuals that were actually transitioning out of foster care. So we had young men and young women who were actually going in there. There was an obstacle there, and for them to obtain some type of a job or career, they heard about this opportunity for them in Houston, and they registered. And we have these types of programs throughout the state. We have some apprenticeship programs that are specifically looking at those veterans that are transitioning out, that's taking place in El Paso right now as we speak.
Targeting groups
all
across the state. How can people get involved? Say if somebody wants to go be an apprentice, how can they take part in this program?
So we do have both union and non-union apprenticeship schools. Okay. But one of the best ways that I would recommend to do it, because this training model is so new, is to contact us at apprenticeshiptexas.com. We have hired someone who pretty much is now overseeing our department, Desi Holmes. And of course, she has a plethora of information that she could share with everybody regarding the benefits of being an apprentice and how to go about it.
Well, and I'll ask you on the other side then, employers as well, how do they go about becoming part of this program so that they can hire these apprentices?
The same way. And what I really like about this model is for us to be successful as an apprentice, we need to have the buy-in of the employer. And more employers are coming to us, whether it's Toyota or whether it's St. David's or some of the other folks that have apprenticeship programs in place. We continue to expand. And the word is getting out within the employers.
So it's really a huge range of careers and different fields that people can get involved in, just being able to go check that out, look at that. What do you think this means then for Texans, for the workforce, for the future?
So we're listening to our employers and we're listening to the demand. And so we're having to look for that population of those that are in foster care or those that are disabled or veterans, and we're training them. And we're listening to our employers, and we're specifically customizing the training so that they'll fit right in. We're just fulfilling the need of our Texas economy, and we're doing great.
I know that there's been a tri-agency work on all of this. How are you guys then coordinating with all those other agencies that are involved in, say, the 60 by 30 plan that we've talked about on this program before?
So that's great that you referenced that. So in the report that we submitted to the governor back in June, the word apprentice or pre-apprentice was referenced multiple times. So was career and technology. We see that young individuals are interested in going into the workplace. And so, as I referenced earlier, this is just another option that these individuals have where they can work with their hands. I mean, many people are now trying to fix things just by using Google or, all those types of apps that are available. That's pretty much what we're doing. And industry is recognizing that. And the Department of Labor is certifying individuals with these industry-recognized certifications, which is going to get these people employable.
Well, we will definitely continue to track it. Commissioner Alvarez, thank you so much for being on the program.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having us.